Hi everyone, Joel at Codebreak with another episode of Marketing Crack. Today I'm going to be talking about the power of saying no to benefit your business. We've all been there. The temptation to say yes as a business owner or a business decision maker is huge. Say yes and figure it out later is what loads of the leading business books say. And I can understand it from the perspective of growing your business, getting cash in the short term. But the reality is if you continue to say yes to people and don't think about that self-respect and the long-term growth of your business, you're going to find yourself stuck at some point. And I'm going to talk you through some of the reasons you might say no and the benefit they'll have to your marketing and the long-term growth of your business. So, number one, the person you're talking to or the business you're negotiating with don't match up with your values. So it could be on a massive scale, it could be politically, environmentally, this business doesn't match up with you, or it could be on a personal level that the decision maker that you'll be dealing with just doesn't match up with you. So one of the things at Codebreak we always say is we only work with people we're willing to go for a drink with. Now that sounds a bit flippant and a bit tongue-in-cheek, but the reality is that if we can't go for a drink with someone, if we can't have that honest conversation where there's that open back and forth, then really we can't work with them because our values don't quite align, we're not quite on the same wavelength, and it might be that the money comes in initially, but long term that's not good for us. And also you need to think about that from the external perspective. What do other people think? If you're willing to work with a business whose values don't match with yours, and chances are other people will have the same opinion of that business as you do, it just gives the perception that you're not fully bought into your own values, that you don't believe in what you're saying. And by saying no to a business like that, you're actually reinforcing your values. And when people find out you have said no to a business like that, maybe even a really big opportunity, they'll respect you for it, and they'll respect that it's because it didn't fit your business. Number two, you may say no to someone because the timing or the pricing isn't right. So on this basis, they might be trying to get you to rush something through or squeezing you down on price. And the temptation is because they're reputable or they're a bigger business than you to say yes. But if you say no, you'll very early doors show how much you value yourself. And chances are if they're a bigger business than you and you say no to them, they'll actually take a step back and think, blimey, we can't just boss people around and bully people in the marketplace. We've actually got someone here with some self-worth who's standing their ground and willing to say no to us. And yet we may never work with them again, but when word gets out about that, it just shows how much value you place on your own time and your own money. Number three, maybe you're just too busy. So we've all heard the phrase, want something doing, ask someone who's busy. And that's really true. And Andy will tell you that I'm guilty of that quite a lot, that if I'm having a busy day and people pile stuff on me, I just let the list get longer. And the reality is, if you actually say no to someone in this situation, look, we're fully stacked at the moment, we can't work with you for a couple of months, or no, we're not going to be able to fit you in this year, but we do know someone who can help you and maybe we can work on this together next year. It just shows how successful you are. It demonstrates that you're not a busy fool, and that's no bad thing for your business and long-term growth. And finally, one of the more harder things and reasons to say no is it just doesn't feel right. If you've got a gut feeling that this person or this business isn't right for your business, trust it, because chances are you'll have that kind of anxiety around the job the whole time anyway. You'll be stressed about the time on it. You won't be sure how to kind of allocate things, when you should be responding to things, because there's just that overall gut feeling that something's not quite right. And yeah, you might make a few mistakes there and now and again, but why risk it? Say no, save yourself the worry, go after the clients that really fit. And finally, the one question that Andy's always telling me to ask people is, does it make the boat go faster? So if you're saying yes to something and it grows your business or accelerates the growth of your business, or it increases the reach of your business, or it reinforces your values, then it's making your business grow, it's making your business better, it makes the boat go faster. But if it's just putting you under pressure for short-term growth when in the long term you're actually going to slow down, say no. And that's my key takeaway today. If it doesn't make the boat go faster, say no. So, if you'd like to know more about saying no to people, book a discovery call with me. I'd love to chat to you, and I'll catch you again for another episode of Marketing Cracked. All right, take care everyone, stay safe.